Hey everybody, what's going on? Just wanted to sit outside and show you some beautiful fall colors going on here right now. My name is Cole. This is Trans-Spirit Indigo. Welcome back to another video. This video is about the topic of gender and my experiences with it. I want to say that, as a non-binary person, I identify as a trans guy, but because I decided not to transition, mainly because of my voice, I'm a singer, I didn't want to change my voice from what it originally is. Because of this, I've experienced a lot when it comes to the whole binary spectrum and being told I'm not enough this or too much of that and this and that, and I wanted to talk about that real quick. By the way, I want to thank everybody for subscribing, liking, commenting, helping me to grow this channel. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. When I was a kid, it was always about how I wasn't girly enough or how I dressed too much like a boy. There were years where I would wear what's considered boys' clothes, and there were years where I didn't. And it's funny because if you look back on a photo album, anytime I'm wearing what's considered boys' clothes, I remember being super happy about it and just trying to push that, that envelope. Like, I got shit for it all the time. I'd go to school and people would say, "Why are you dressed like a boy?" That was a huge one. Why are you dressed like a boy? I never thought to just say, because I am one. It always made me so nervous. I always felt like people were trying to pry into my secrets. And the secret was that I felt like a boy in a girl body. I had never heard of transgender people, non-binary, anything growing up in the early and mid-90s. So I didn't really know what the hell to say to these people, but I knew deep down who I was. I just didn't really know how to get there. And anytime I tried to be who I was, it was just like a big no-no. Like, you're not supposed to dress like that. You're supposed to be a girl. This is supposed to be this way, and blah, 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 blah. I was always told that I wasn't girly enough, or I wasn't wearing the right clothes, or this and that, or I wasn't acting girly enough. It wasn't just the clothes. It was the way I acted. And I experienced a lot of depression and anxiety because I was constantly trying to be something I wasn't. It's like I knew who I was, but anytime it was brought up, either within like TV or movies or the society that I was in at the time, it was always like, that's bad. You're just not supposed to do that. And that's bullshit, because you can dress and act however feels right to you. It was one thing growing up. It was always, you're not girly enough. You're supposed to be more like a girl. You should act more girlish next year. That was devastating to me as a 7th grader. I felt like a 12, 13-year-old boy going through puberty. I got all these crushes on girls, and that was another thing. It wasn't just about clothes. It was about trying to act like I didn't have crushes on girls at 12, 13, going through puberty. I would feel so awkward, and then I would blame myself and feel really bad about it. Like there was something awfully wrong with me. Like I was this freak of nature, is the mindset, the mentality I had. And that's not true. And it's unfortunate for the younger version of me. And that's within spirituality, that's where a lot of shadow work comes in. And I have to go back and not go back. You can't go back, but I can go within and I can heal those fractals of me, those pieces and parts of me from years ago. Sending love and light, that's a whole nother video about shadow work. But for you that know about shadow work, that's something huge for me, is going back and healing that younger version of me that was told, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. You flash forward to me being an adult, and then it wasn't, you're not girly enough. It was, you're not manly enough. So I spent most of the first part of my life being told that I'm not girly enough because I was supposed to be a girl. And then I come out as trans and I'm Cole, and it's like, especially like girls I dated, which weren't many, but some of them, not all of them, would say, you're not manly enough, or you're supposed to be a guy and you're like more girly than me. I don't want to take this too seriously. I wanted to bring a little bit of humor to this situation. I mean, I think it is kind of funny. It's like, really? It's like I'm too much, or I'm too literal, I'm too this or too that. Man, just screw all that. I got to the point where I was like, I can't care what these people think, because it's draining me to care. It's draining my energy to care if I'm too girly or too boyish or not enough this or not enough that. Um, I've been told I'm the best and worst of both worlds. I've been told a lot of things, but something also that sticks out is one of my best friends from years ago. Back, like, when I first found out I was trans in the early 2000s, he told me, you know, you're not, because I asked him, I said, do you think of me like a guy? So when I asked him this, he responded, I don't really think of you as a woman or a man. I'm sorry. I think of you as like not having a gender, like you don't have a gender. And I hadn't heard the term non-binary yet or gender fluid or anything. It was the early 2000s, and even though those words hadn't been placed in society as strongly as they are now, it still existed. It's always existed. There's two-spirit native humans that have been around forever. When he said that, though, I think he was afraid to hurt my feelings, but it didn't hurt my feelings. I kind of liked it. I was like, it was like a sense of relief to not have to fit in. Let me tell you this real quick. If I transitioned fully into the man that I actually am, took testosterone, the whole 9 yards. Oh, there goes a squirrel. ADD. If I transitioned, most people would think that I was a gay man. I've thought about this a lot. I'm like, I can be what's considered pretty flamboyant, like, and I don't give up anymore. I used to care and was like, oh God, I got to be seen as this manly man. Anytime I tried to do that, it did not work for me. Even if I transitioned into a guy, I still wouldn't be manly enough for some people. My dad is not effeminate, but he is not super macho. Yeah, he loves cars and he loves sports, but he's never ever had that like toxic masculinity. He's never talked down to my mom or any bullshit like that. Like my dad, when we were younger, he'd go to work all week, support us kids and his wife because she was taking care of all three of us. And when Saturday came, he didn't sit on his ass and watch sports and be like, make me a sandwich. No, he was a great partner. He would help clean the house. He would do these stereotypical female roles. He didn't care. So that's the way I grew up. I didn't grow up as a trans man because I gravitate obviously to more masculine things. As a trans man, I grew up with an excellent example for a father. I'm very blessed. And a mother. But speaking more about the masculine side, he took care of things like that whole masculine energy. Like he took care of the yard. He took care of a lot of the bills. And then my mom at one point worked and they both took care of the bills. And, she'd help with the yard. Like gender wasn't so influenced on these household roles. So my big point was that at one point I wasn't this enough and I was too much of this or too much of that. You gotta let all that go. You gotta let all that go to be happy, because I'm gonna be real with you, there will probably always be people that will try to tell you you're wrong on this subject, but more often than not, you're gonna gravitate toward wonderful people that are your friends that are gonna respect you. You wanna stick toward people that support you, and it will come. Like bigotry will come and go in your life. It's like that way for everybody, more so for people of minorities. But you have soul fam to back you up. You're not alone. You're not alone. We're all in this together, even if we're talking over computer screens from 3, 4, 5,000 miles away. When it all came down to it, I had to stop worrying about these gender stereotypes and just be me. And although it hasn't always been easy, it's definitely been easier for me to just be myself as opposed to try to pretend to be a cisgender heterosexual female, because I'm not, and I never ever have been. Stereotypes are stereotypes. They will most likely always exist on this planet, but you do not have to internalize them. They don't have to be a part of you, because as a reminder, you create your own reality. If you haven't yet, look up the law of attraction. It was one of the most awesome, best things that's changed my life studying it, is you create your own reality, because we're all energy, and we all vibrate at a certain frequency. Now I'm getting into quantum physics, so I won't go off on too much of a tangent, but I just wanted to give you the gist of it. Just look up the law of attraction if you haven't, and you will see how we create our reality with our thoughts, with our intentions, with our energy, because we're all energy. And with that, you have every right to create the reality that is best aligned for you. You don't have to fit into what other people think you should be, is my point. There are not blue and pink cookie cutters, y'all. You do not have to fit into these specific cookie cutters that society has placed out there for us. Absolutely not. Yeah, like, quite honestly, I don't think I'd fit into that blue cookie cutter as much as, like, I've always felt like a male. There's so much about me, which I'm sure, and I'm just sharing this because I'm sure you can concur, and I hope it relates with a lot of you out there, is I don't think I would fit into that blue male cookie cutter perfectly, because there's so much about me that is more effeminate. You know, growing up pretending to be a female, there's just been a lot of experiences I've had. And also on my spiritual journey, although I identify as male, it is a really beautiful thing to embrace masculine and feminine qualities. I would never want to be that big macho guy. I thought I did when I was in my early 20s, when I first came out as trans. I thought I needed to be that guy to prove something. But that's just it. What was I trying to prove? It's all about being yourself. At the end of the day, you don't have to be real masculine or real feminine. Like, just be. And if you're not sure who you are yet, that's okay too. It is a journey, my friends. It is a journey. It is a journey, because even a few years ago, I was still struggling with this. Like, just a few years ago, like, I still was like, I gotta be real masculine. It's like, why? What am I trying to prove, and to who? Is when you find someone that loves you for you, like relationship-wise or friends, that's it. You have your people, the people that support you. There's no need to try to be anything that you're not. You know, like, you know who you are based on your heart and your soul. We all have intuition. This will help you and guide you toward who you really are. Now, more power to you. I want to thank everybody for watching this video. I really appreciate you so very much. Make sure to hit that like button. Help me just that algorithm in the face. And also, if you haven't yet, Ryan Casada, a trans musician, an amazing human being, more than just a trans musician, an amazing human, has just released a badass song last week called Gender Binary Fuck You. Please check out that video. I'm honored to be in that video along with a lot of other beautiful human beings that just we don't listen to the gender binary. We don't care. I'm gonna leave the link below to Ryan's new video. Make sure to check that video out, like that video, and if you don't know who Ryan Casada is, and you specifically are a trans person, make sure to check him out. He's freaking amazing. And let's see, what else? Is there anything else? You don't have to be a cookie cutter human being to fit into society. I know I already said that, but I felt the need to say it again. I just want to be that voice of reason, because you could be one day like, yeah, I'm not fitting into society. I won't fit into their gender binary. And then the next day you could, like, go out into the world and somebody says something ignorant and you're brought down again. Please don't let anyone's ignorance bring you down. If you ever need someone to talk to about it, please feel free to shoot me a message on Instagram or whatnot. I got my email up there. More links I'm leaving below. You're never alone on this journey. I mean, on a spiritual plane, but also there are people out there that have been living openly as trans, as non-binary for a really long time, and we are here for you. So there you have it. I don't want anyone to feel alone or invalid, because you are valid. You are absolutely valid. No matter what stupid comment section says on any kind of video, you are valid. You are amazing. And I'm proud of you for being you. It's not easy to be unapologetically you. but damn does it feel good. Damn does it feel good. Be unapologetically you. This is a message for you and also for my 12-year-old self. Maybe he'll be able to hear me. Much love to you all. It's kind of a funky week. We got a full moon. We got Mercury retrograde wrapping up. So just remember the energy out there this week's a little funky. So just please be patient and be safe. Much love. I'll see you next time.